Yay Media Group.
Hey guys, it's Stephanie.
I'm Trey.
This is your weekly dose of BS.
So are you, I'm going to ask you this question. I know the answer to it. Are you following any of Taylor Swift's wedding planning details?
No, I'm not a Swiftie. I think I like her music just fine, but I am, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to say this for the last time, okay? I am a 45-year-old woman, and if I was a Swiftie, I would be the biggest loser ever. I'm sorry. Like, if you are a middle-aged woman, if you are over the age, honestly, in my opinion, of 32, and
that's
you were
older than I was
Swiftie,
expecting you to say.
I actually feel like it should be younger, but I'm trying not to piss people off. And you're a Swiftie and you make friendship bracelets and go to the concert and give them away and like act like an idiot, then you have issues, in my opinion. Like you really,
wow, you just pissed a
lot
lot of people off. Wow, you just lost a lot of Instagram followers. So
I'm sorry, I would never. I think her music's good, but you are never going to catch me at home making friendship bracelets, acting
Same.
like a Taylor Swift like fangirl. I'm just not, like, there's nobody I'm a fangirl for at my age, unless it's my children and my husband. And do you think it's normal to be in your 40s and be a Swiftie and make friendship bracelets and go to concerts and like
no, listen,
pass them out?
there are people that really go a little far, but
Yes, and I know people like that, and I think they're weird, and I tell them, you're strange. You need to grow up. Like, that's weird. Like, it's weird.
This is going to be the equivalent of our royal wedding, with, I think, the way the media is going to cover this. And there was rumors for a while that she was reserving this venue in Rhode Island, which made sense for more of an intimate ceremony. But now it's confirmed that she is having her wedding at Madison Square Garden, which I find very interesting because that's it's a huge venue. But apparently they have invited between 12 and 1,400 people. And some of the people that got invited were kind of surprised that they were invited, like had worked with Travis or Taylor on like a small project like years ago, not sure they think they'd be invited to their wedding. But she has reemerged, and Taylor Swift is only seen when Taylor Swift wants to be seen. That's just like how the game goes with her. And she's been seen a lot lately, which I just find fascinating, because I would think that for her wedding, she would want a lot more privacy, but maybe not. The whole Madison Square Garden thing, though, really took me out. I was like, oh, you're getting married in an
The fact
arena.
that you care so much means you are a Swiftie.
No, I just find it interesting. Like, that's it's a huge
Venue?
It's not a wedding venue.
Well, here's the deal. How old is she? Find out her age.
Mid to late 30s. Let's see.
Is she 34, 30? Oh, she's younger than I thought. I feel like she's been around forever. I just felt
She's
like she
36.
Okay, I thought she was I thought she was like 38 to 40. Because she's just been around as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
I mean, forever. And I think she's very talented, but I just don't understand like the whole, like, I think I understand it for young girls. I don't understand
the cult mentality.
The cult mentality
behind her.
is so weird.
I think it's...
But here's the deal. When you are that age, like I got married at like like 2 months before 28. So I would say I was pretty much 28 when I got married. And it's like such a big deal. Even then I was like really feeling like I needed to get married. Like I wanted to have kids, and I really wanted to be married before 30. That was kind of my goal, because I didn't want to be like an older mom, if I'm going to be honest. And they always say, like, especially back in the day, that like 35, you're like a geriatric pregnant person, and that stressed me out. So I was like, okay, my eggs and ovaries and all, like we are making this happen. And I did. You're welcome. Children. And, but I think if you're especially like mid to late 30s and you waited I feel like no matter how famous you are, like your wedding is such a big deal. And like that commitment is such a big deal. And she has dated some not great people. Okay. I'm just saying she has really had, I think, some
She's like, we're doing this big.
So I don't blame her. I would go big. I don't know. Madison, I mean, maybe also she's so famous and he like seems to be the life of the party. He seems to be like that frat guy that, just loves to be around a lot of people and
It does
do
seem
karaoke.
like he's given her permission to not hide her fame. I feel like that's maybe been the situation with the last boyfriend. What is, I think, so dangerous though about the cult following, like true cult following that she's created.
I mean, no, it's, I went to her concert. Travis took me. It was shocking. I kind of did not expect it to be so shocking. When I say she came out and people were crying, it was like Jesus was resurrected. Like they were like shaking and crying, and I was just like there for a concert. And I just don't understand. I don't know if there's anybody. I'm trying to think if there's anybody I would meet that would make me shake and cry and be like, oh.
Well, there are very few people that have been able to amass the cult following that she has done. Like Beyonce's done the same, Michael Jackson's done the same. Like, but you have to be.
But she's like, hers is very interesting because it's very young cult following. I mean, it is like she really got into, which is why I don't think it's weird if I had a 14 to 20-year-old daughter, I would not, or 10 to 20-year-old daughter, I would not think it's weird if she was like a Swiftie and all that. What I think is very strange is like the older cult following, because I understand the kids because she writes about breakups, and I feel like her songs are very geared towards like how you feel when you're a teenager, right? And you're trying to figure life out, and especially like her early songs, I think it's very relatable. But like it was shocking whenever I went. It was a great concert. Now, did I know half the songs? No, because I only know the popular ones. But some people,
but she puts on a good show.
It was an amazing show. And these girls, when I say they were like I looked around, Travis and I were shocked. I was like, I feel like I should have given my seat away to somebody. I am not excited enough to be in this seat. Like all these girls deserve their spot.
I know a guy that he went to, I want to say probably 80% of the Eras Tour shows. And I went to one show and it was ungodly expensive. Like
ours was free. So
no, I mean, the tickets were going for thousands of dollars.
It was insane. I would never have paid for it.
This guy went to 80% of the shows. And I was like, how in the world is he doing that? But he was like documenting all of this on TikTok and was making so much money on TikTok going to these shows that it was worth it for him to continue to go.
Yeah.
He ended up making like 6 figures.
That's insane.
Just in like TikTok revenue. But so when you create a cult following like that, there's obviously a sense of safety concern. Actually, the group, I think it was like 6 or 8 people that planned the terrorist attack at one of her shows overseas just got sentenced.
I didn't even know there was a terrorist. See, that's how much I don't know about what's going on. I didn't even know there was a terrorist attack, but I fully support her having as big of a wedding as you want. That is very different to me than like, the friendship.
But I'm just surprised situation. That like, just because of the safety concern aspect, like that, I was actually surprised that she even announced her engagement. I didn't think that would happen. I thought that it would like be a secret and like we wouldn't know until it's over.
I don't know, because I think she's just dated a lot of not so great guys. I also think if you listen to her music, now I sound like a Swiftie. If you really listen to her music, most of her songs have kind of been about heartache and like wanting love. And, like I feel this is something I think she's wanted her whole life. And it's hard enough to find somebody good in the world, especially in this day and age where I cannot imagine dating in this day and age where it's like all app related. I think it would be so hard because it'd be hard to find somebody who wanted to settle down. I think there's just too much.
Well, also
noise.
she is an incredibly hard person to date.
And she's super famous, incredibly hard person to date. And maybe she felt like, okay, I may never find somebody. And I don't. So
MSG, we go.
You go as big as you want. And also she has the money to make sure that she has crazy security. Just Madison Square Garden, your life away, sugar. Make it what you want. But you will never catch me making friendship bracelets. That's all I'm going to say. The end.
Well, speaking of Taylor Swift, there was a song that I was listening to. Do you remember Sugarland?
Sugarland.
The band? Like the country music band? I love them.
Yes.
And they just like disappeared. And there was a song that I was listening to the other day. And I was like, this is a really good song. And then I saw that Taylor Swift wrote it. Actually, but I was like, where did Sugarland go? And then I found where Sugarland went. And I'll tell you when we get back right after this. So I was like, I'm stumbled upon this Sugarland song. Now I'm like, hooked on Sugarland all of a sudden again. And I was like, where did Jennifer Nettles go? Like, she has such an incredible voice. And then I found her. And I found her on this show called Righteous Gemstones. Have you seen this show?
Oh my God. Like not for a while, but I think I watched like season 1. It's really good.
Oh my gosh. It came out in 2019 and it just wrapped in 2025. And I just found it. But I started watching it. And when I tell you, I mean, there's a lot that's like heavily dramatized. But living in the Bible Belt, it's definitely based on like real things that happen with these like mega church families.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. It's really, really, really nuts. I don't think people get the mega church culture unless you live in a city with 1 million mega churches, and then and you experience it for yourself, and then you're like, wow, it's interesting. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I think we've talked. I'm not like a huge mega church fan. I feel like I'm not a fan of anything that's like really popular. I'm like, Swiftie is too popular. Nope, I'm out. Mega church is too much. I'm out. Yeah, it's a lot. But Travis and I went to a mega church whenever we first got engaged, because I was from a very small town, and my parents church, Travis would come with me whenever we were dating, and I was song leader in this teeny tiny church because they needed somebody. And I think there were maybe like 30 people in this, like literally the preacher was preaching to like 30 people. It was such a small hole in the wall church. And to the point to where one day they had to take up offering to get a new air conditioning system because the church was so poor.
Amen.
And Travis came through and really saved the church. And we weren't dying that year because he, I think, said, I'll just pay for it. He was probably like, this is so sad. And so, yeah. But so whenever I moved here, I was like, I really want to find a church. And there was one mega church in particular that I had just heard was good. I was asking around, and somebody was like, oh, this is a very popular church. So we go. Travis is raised Catholic, and Catholic, like he, like from Catholic churches that he went to as a child, like they kind of do the vow of poverty or whatever. So they live like a very modest life. The priests kind of live there. They don't have, like, they live in a very simple, like room, and it's not like super, they are not flashy.
Not here.
They are not flashy. So we go to this one particular church, and it's a mega church. And I remember walking in just excited because I thought the preacher was going to be really, really good. And it was a screen, and I was like, this is weird. Song leaders came out, and it was a great band. And then they left, and I thought the preacher was going to come out, but nope. The TV comes down, and then he comes on the TV screen, like this whole like huge projector. And I was like, what, this is so weird. Where is he at? And he was like, I think in Plano or somewhere. He should have just come to Dallas, but I guess he would kind of hop around from one church to another, and like,
because they kind of franchise themselves.
So it was a very strange thing, but I'm like, I just don't enjoy watching somebody on TV. Like, I could be home and not fight the traffic. If I want to watch somebody on a screen, I think it's just better if they're there. Like, it's a difference to me. But I remember every time he came on screen, a lot of this was pre-recorded, no matter where he was, because every time he would come on screen, he would have a different, like, very, very, very crazy expensive watch and a different, very, very, very crazy expensive outfit. And the outfits he was not trying to hide. It was like Prada logo and like Louis Vuitton. I mean, it was very expensive. And I mean, Travis was like, I just don't want to go back because I just feel like that's not how I think preaching and a church should be. And I kind of get that, because I think is just where I was raised. It wasn't so flashy.
I mean, there are a lot of pastors. Actually, I have a friend who has a lake house next to a very prominent pastor in Dallas, and he will helicopter in and out on Sundays.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We have this 99-year-old man that lives in our guest house, and you know what he calls it? He's very funny.
God business?
Yeah, he does. He calls it he said the God business is really big money. He was like, you don't
tax free?
Yeah, he's like, it's tax free.
Who's the guy that he came over here with that was like a televangelist?
He says that guy was, oh my gosh, you knew the story too. I was going to say, he said he was like very, very
super famous.
Very famous. I'm going to call Travis right now. Travis will know exactly who it is. And Ron said that he was like the one person that Ron was like, I would have followed him. Like, he was that big. I'm going to see if my husband answers. And as soon as Travis says it, I will know.
Yes, honey.
Hey, babe, I know you're so excited to hear from me. Hey, I'm doing the podcast. Congratulations, you're on. Hey, who is that guy that Ron, the televangelist that Ron said was like so great? That became huge, but he met him like when he was in a tent.
I don't know. He was the biggest guy. He was the first guy to do all the TV shows.
Billy Graham?
Is it Billy Graham?
Yes.
Billy Graham. Yep, you're right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, so Ron met Billy Graham, the guy that lives in our guest house who's 99, when he was young. And he said Billy Graham, he met him. Billy Graham was preaching out of a tent. And Ron said he almost he was like, I've never met anybody who had more charisma or who made me want to literally quit everything I was doing and just follow him around and help him with his like whole tent preaching life. And he became huge. But yeah, but Ron said he was like, Billy Graham knew before I did that's, there's a lot of
money in the God business.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Remember when we did our podcast tour, we went to Houston, and the only thing Stephanie and Brandy really wanted to do, maybe it was just Stephanie, was go find Joel Osteen's house.
Yes. Whenever I did Housewives, I would literally, I think Bravo probably thought I was crazy. I would literally listen to Joel Osteen. Whenever you're driving around in those cars and I was waiting, I would get so anxious. I would listen to Joel Osteen all the way there. And then they would have me mic'd up and they'd have a camera in my face and I would be listening to Joel Osteen doing my driving arounds until they told me to stop because it's a really, if you listen to him, it's a lot of like motivational speaking. It almost feels like a little bit motivational.
You would always be listening to him. Yeah.
Always. Like he got me through Housewives because I would kind of find a sermon that was like, the devil will not win. And I was like, okay, I need this. Like I would kind of find something that worked for me. And a lot of it was just.
She's like, that fits the lunch I'm walking into.
Yes. God's got your back. I was like, okay, I need this.
Yeah. Well, so we got to Houston for our podcast show that day. And first thing we did before we even checked to the hotel was we went to go drive by his house. And Stephanie and Brandy just wanted a photo in front of his house. And I think we got a photo of them in front of the trash cans because we got chased away pretty quickly by security who said we couldn't even be on that road. It wasn't on a private road.
Listen, and we
couldn't even be on the road.
That's when I decided I don't want to go to his church anymore. Because I was like, how dare you? I'm your biggest fan. You have no idea.
Yeah. That was... I think that show is a lot about him. There's a lot that points to him on Righteous Gemstones. It's a very entertaining show. I really don't get into shows that often, but this one's caught my attention because I'm like, that's not too far from the truth.
Okay, so let's take a break real quick, and then I have a show that everybody should watch but don't watch it before bedtime because I've had really bad dreams, but we'll be right back. Okay, so here's a show that Travis and I are watching. I think there's only 2 episodes in, and I cannot wait for the next one. And it is called Cape Fear. Have you watched it?
No, I've seen the trailer for it, but I felt the same way. Every time that I'm going to watch a show, it's usually before bedtime, and I was like, that I'm not watching right now.
Oh my gosh. It is so good.
What's it about?
And it has like every good actor in it. Like the cast is insane. And like kind of long, like Cliff Note version is, it's right up my alley because there's a lot of murder mysteries, which I'm all about. But this guy gets released for being wrongly convicted is kind of in the beginning. And his attorney, in the beginning, this is like 20 something years later, is married to the opposing counsel in his case. So his attorney is the girl, and then she married the opposing counsel, and they have a family together. And he gets out, and it's kind of like, is he trying to destroy them and kill them or not type thing? Like things are happening in their family, and he's kind of, as soon as he gets out. And I don't want to give it away, but it is so good. But it will give you nightmares. And Travis has had really bad nightmares because he is on he's on a carnivore diet that he went to the doctor. We're going to this doctor. Her name's Dr. Straffus, Dr. Angela Straffus. She's amazing for people who I get a lot of questions about like hormones and peptides. And like, I do not like to take things she literally can get you like peptides that are legal. Like not all of them you should, but she can actually like, she has Travis on like, you know, like an actual pharmaceutical peptides, which are amazing. So if you're looking at doing something, do it through a doctor, not through a website. But we've been doing other things through her as well. And she's working with him on like hormones and everything because does not take care of himself the way he should. And she was like, Travis, if you want to lose weight, all you have to do for men, you should try this too, Trey, because I feel like you're always like trying to be super healthy. She was like, men really respond to like a carnivore diet, like only eat protein for 90 days. She told him 90 days.
That's a long time.
It's a long time, right? And he's really like, but you know what? Like the first week he lost 10 pounds and you can eat all the meat you want, but just meat.
I've heard people have had really good responses to the carnivore diet. I just got back on trizepatide after being off for 5 weeks. I lost like 25 pounds and then I gained like 10 pounds back and I said, oh, time to go back on. So.
Well, she's like, don't do that. She said, do this carnivore diet and you will lose a lot of weight. And also the older you get, you should really be eating a lot of protein anyway.
So you only eat meat?
Only eat meat. So when I say nothing else, not even broccoli, which I was like, wait, you don't even want him to eat like sweet potatoes and broccoli. She said, no, just meat.
And he lost 10 pounds, what, in his first week?
First week, 10 pounds. So it works. It works. And I don't know the science, but I'm sure it like puts your body in ketosis or something, right? Like it's got to be kind of
that's probably exactly
a big thing of it. But
you can have as much meat as you want?
As much meat as you want. You can eat meat all day, every day.
Fogo de Chao gonna hate to see me coming.
Oh yeah. Like I'm telling you, I think you could really thrive. I really do. I think you could thrive, but no cheese. Like Travis was trying to be like, you know, I'll see him
you can eat cheese.
He loves some cheese. You can't eat cheese. But I saw him on ChatGPT asking ChatGPT if he could eat cheese. And I said, listen, you already asked your doctor. She said, no cheese. So no matter what this ChatGPT doctor says, that's cheating.
You can't do it.
You can't do it if you want to be play by the rules.
How long has he been doing this?
This is coming up on his second week. He is going to cheat on Saturday. It's my birthday. And I said, listen, I appreciate your weight loss journey, but please do not be a fun hater on my birthday. Because I'm going to need you to be there to drink with me. And
so I'm assuming he also can't drink right now.
No, he's not drank anything in a while either. So, which date night's really interesting. Our date nights are so cheap lately because I don't drink by myself. So we went out for a date night the other day and we both got an iced tea. I was like, look at us.
So frugal.
Look at us. So, but this is so funny because this diet for some reason has given him like, he never has nightmares and he has had nightmares.
Oh, really?
A lot of nightmares. So I don't know if it's something to do with this, but he's like, I've never had nightmares, but I have like these vivid dreams. And I was like, well, and he woke up one day, like just not well. And I was like, what was your nightmare about? And you know what his nightmare was about?
What?
Eating a cookie. Like he wanted to eat a cookie. And his whole bad dream was about the fact that he wanted a cookie and it was sitting there and he couldn't have one. And I was like, that is
sometimes my living nightmare. That happens to me time to time.
Yes. So anyway, but yeah, he's on this diet and it's really working for him. So if you're listening and you don't want to get on a weight loss drug, but you want to lose a lot of weight, especially think for men, it really, really works.
Interesting. I want to try retatrutide.
Oh my gosh, Trey.
It's a GLP-3. You know what? Listen, I need to speak my truth because for so long, Stephanie had me in the closet. She would not let me talk about my trizepatide journey to you all because she said no. She thought it was insensitive or something. I don't know what it was. So I was hiding. Meanwhile, I was getting it like in the church parking lot. I was getting it anywhere I could get it. I'm not kidding. For a while, I met my dealer in the church parking lot.
No, he did. I was like, what would Jesus do? Not do that. That's for sure.
He provided it in the church, right in his house.
Listen, no. You did. I don't even know. I was like, Trey, that is not normal.
It was from a doctor, but it was like out of her trunk. It was like a thing.
Trey.
But now I get it from a less shady source. It's still not entirely from a doctor.
Where do you get it from?
Well, at least from an air-conditioned building, but not like one that should be supplying anything to it.
So we know.
Anyways.
We have no idea what he's putting in his body. Yes. We have no idea what he's putting in his body. Zero idea. But you just go ahead and get your church parking lot retatrutide and let me know how it goes.
Yes. No, I'm trying to get my hands on that, but I will find it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, he did. He was for the longest time.
And that she would not let me come out to you all about my weight loss journey.
First of all, I think it's just, whenever this stuff first came out, people were crazy. And I did not want you to get hated because they were like, my grandma can't get it.
You know who I got it from first?
And I was like,
her.
listen,
I got it first from her.
And I just want to say, he's not getting it from the place that you want your grandma to get it from. He is getting it from a real weird place, like church parking lot, back of truck type situation.
We might have told this story, but I'm going to tell it again. Because the first time I took semaglutide, Stephanie called me. This was years ago. Like she had it before anyone even had their hands on it.
Okay, this is the God's honest truth. I went to my doctor, and I go to this doctor out of Beverly Hills, this whole team, and
like insurance and her don't even know each other. This lady's expensive.
And Travis and I met this lady in Allen, Texas, of all places, and she had this great, like, she was like a hormone specialist doctor, amazing, like changed my mother's life, my life, Travis's life, like really amazing. And during COVID, she, like right before COVID, she went over to this, like, joined forces with this Beverly Hills group, and they were like right around the corner from my house. I was like, hallelujah, this is real convenient for me. But during COVID, you had to do Zooms, right? Like everybody in the world. And Travis, she's expensive, and Travis refused. He was like, I'm not doing a Zoom telehealth. I will come back to you whenever the world opens up, right? So he refused for like a good year to go. And I was still doing my telehealth stuff because I didn't want to not.
She's like, me on the other hand, we'll see you next week.
I'm like, I'm fine. Stay home and do this. That's my jam. I'm like, you've had me. This is better for me. So I was still doing it and Travis wasn't. So then when COVID kind of died down and the world was opening back up, they opened back up and called me, and I was making my appointments to go in and see them. And at that time I was doing the pellets, the testosterone pellets. So then Travis was like, okay, well, I guess I'll go back to them, right? Well, he called and they said, no, sir. Now, and by the way, we were grandfathered into this very expensive group, so we didn't have to pay this fee. And they were like, no, sir, now you're no longer grandfathered in. Now you have to pay a $10,000 fee to see these doctors. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was like, what? And by the way, we sent them a ton of people, like a ton of friends and family. Like my whole family went to them. Everybody that we knew at that point were pretty much going to them. And Travis was like, I sent you so many people. It's like the principal. And then they were like, sorry, it's just the way it is. The doctor was like, I can't do anything because I work for these people. So I still go to them. I'm not quitting. And now he's going to Dr. Straffus, which is Angela Straffus, who's amazing. And but I feel like I'm not going to quit them because I feel like I'm in a really great place in my life, and they have my hormones good, and I just don't want to even.
Well, and they gave her semaglutide before anyone else had it.
So this is the thing. So I go in right after COVID, and I was talking to my doctor, and I was like, is there anything that I can do? Like, I just want to lose like 5 to 10 pounds because I felt like I had just gained from the show and everything else, was super stressed out. So my doctor was like, well, there's this brand new thing that has come out and I've heard about, and I really haven't tried it, or, but it has a lot of really good results. And my friend did. And she was like, so if you want to try it, I think you could easily take that off in a month. And I was like, perfect. That's all. I was like, I'm the kind of person, if I can get it off, I can keep it off. I just need help getting it off. So she gave me this prescription and told me, I wrote down what to do and when to take, how to take it. Well, in my notes, I was also taking other things, and I got them confused, and I overdosed the crap out of myself. When I say,
wait, do you overdose yourself too?
And well, here's the deal. I have never been on any type of thing where it worked to the fact where I was not hungry. I gave myself twice as much as you're supposed to give yourself in the beginning on accident. When I say all I did was feel like I was going to throw up every meal. Like Trey and I would go to sushi, and I was like, I can't eat. This is horrible.
She had taken it 1 week and was like, she would take a bite and she's like, I'm literally going to throw up if I eat anything else.
Yes, I had given myself way too much. And then
that's my dream.
And then all I did was force myself to eat, and I slept. I could not. It was a horrible experience. And so, I was like, Trey, you have to try this. This is the craziest thing I've ever done in my life.
She's like, I'm suffering, so obviously you have to suffer too, but we're going to be skinny. So she gives me a full vial. First of all, she put it in my butt, and it did not have to go in my butt. She put it up my butt.
I think it was supposed to do 1.8 2.5,
It was
and I
supposed
gave
to be
her
like-
I gave him like 2.5. So I gave him like double
10
the dose.
times. No, it was way more than that. It was a
You think
lot.
so? It was okay.
Oh yeah, because for a full week, I felt like I was in a coma. Like I would leave the house and I was like, I have to get like protein in me. So I would drive. There was a Flower Child like 3 miles from my house, and I was like, I have to go to Flower Child. I like had to talk myself into the car, and I'm not even a mile from my house, and I had to turn around. I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep at the wheel, middle of the day. But I lost 7 pounds that week, and it was great. And then she told her doctor that she overdosed me, and then the doctor said,
the doctor was like, this is not for
can't
you.
have
You
that
need to do
anymore.
something else. Like, this is not, you are not the one that should have this in your hands. But you know what? I will
we
say
figured it out.
It works. It's not, I did not like the way it made me feel. And maybe I took it wrong, and that's why. But I've never felt more zombie-like in my entire life. But I did lose a whole lot of weight, but I also felt like I did not lose it the right way. So, but it's so weird because this was like a good, how long before everybody was talking about it?
This is probably 4 years ago.
I mean,
That's
but
how long she's kept me in the closet about this.
But how long was before people started? I mean, it was like before anybody started talking
probably
about
a good
it.
year.
It was probably a year before it was popular. Like nobody was talking about this thing. And then that my doctor had me do. And then it just became hugely popular. And then everybody was shaming each other for it. And I was like, hell no, I'm never going to tell that story about how my doctor had me on it a good year ago.
Oopsies.
But yeah, I think it really does work. It's just,
And you have to find the right one for you. Because like, I feel like semaglutide didn't work as well for me as like trizepatide has, which is, I think semaglutide's a GLP-1. Trizepatide's a GLP-2, and what I'm going for in the church parking lot next is a GLP-3.
yeah, I'm not doing.
I'm after it.
I really feel like you could just do the Caroline Gervin workout and just eat better. But here's the deal. I think it was great if you just want to get to the weight that you want to be. But the problem is you have to change habits, and you've not done that yet.
No.
I'm just going to point that out. Like, it's
But I did
been
order
4
more
years.
trizepatide, so that's good.
So, but you know what? Take it for the rest of your life. It's that's fine. But I
I
just
have plans.
yeah. But yeah. So but this doctor said, Travis, just do this. And I'm telling you, this.
I will
diet
try the
works
carnivore diet
great.
once I have a kitchen again.
Yeah, and it really works great. So if you're somebody, also it's really expensive. I don't know if it still is, but back in the day it was very expensive. So if you don't want to spend the money on something like that and you want to lose weight and it's summer and you want to have a hot body quickly, maybe try the carnivore diet, because I feel like it is working for Travis. And then also, like, I'm sure everybody knows this, but like the older you get, the more protein you should have. So you should have at least as much protein as you weigh if you, because the older you get, the harder it is for muscle. So just little things, I think, go a long way.
We got to go.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening and supporting. You can follow me at Steph Holman on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
You can follow me at Trey_Stewart. You can follow our podcast at BS the Podcast, and you can watch us on YouTube at We Could Host a BS. Bye.
Bye.